Status is often misunderstood. Most men think it shows in titles, money, or authority, but real status is revealed somewhere else, in how you treat people who cannot give you anything back. Not the boss, not the client, not the person who can open doors for you, but the waiter, the cleaner, the junior employee, the stranger who has nothing to offer you. Because when there is no benefit to be gained, character shows without makeup. A man may speak politely to those above him and still be a small man. A man may smile in meetings and still be cruel in private. Reputation is not built when people are watching closely. It is built in moments no one records. How you speak when you are tired. How you respond when you feel important. How you act when you believe someone is beneath you. Men who lack inner discipline often confuse power with permission. They think status allows them to be careless, to be sharp, to be dismissive. Quiet men understand something different. True status doesn't raise your voice. It lowers your ego. It does not need to dominate. It knows how to hold dignity, especially when it would be easy not to. And this is where reputation begins. Not with influence, but with restraint. Power does not change a man. It exposes him. When a man gains authority over time, money, or people, what was hidden begins to surface. If patience was there before, it becomes visible. If insecurity was there before, it sharpens. If arrogance lived quietly inside, power gives it a microphone. This is why how a man treats those below him matters more than how he treats those above. Because upward behavior can be rehearsed. Downward behavior is instinctive. Most men know how to perform respect. Few know how to live it. A man who flatters his superiors but dismisses his subordinates is not respected. He is managed by fear. And fear never builds real authority. It builds silence, distance, resentment. Quiet discipline teaches a different standard. A man with real status does not need to remind anyone of it. And he does not weaponize his position. He does not squeeze ego out of small advantages. He understands something simple but rare. Every interaction leaves a mark. People may forget what you achieved. They may forget what you owned. But they remember how small you made them feel, or how safe. Power is temporary. Character compounds. And reputation is not the story you tell about yourself. It is the pattern others experience over time. Most men do not destroy their reputation in one dramatic moment. They lose it quietly, piece by piece, without noticing. It happens in small interactions. A sharp tone used once too often, a dismissive gesture when patience runs out, a joke made at someone else's expense because it's harmless. But people are always watching patterns, not excuses. Reputation erodes when a man treats people as tools instead of humans, when he only listens upward, when courtesy disappears the moment usefulness does. He may think no one notices, but disrespect has a long memory. Men often assume reputation is about visibility, what people see on the surface. But reputation is actually about consistency. What repeats when no one corrects you. How you respond to mistakes made by others. How you speak to someone who is slower than you. How you behave when service is imperfect. These moments reveal whether respect is conditional. A man who only respects strength eventually becomes isolated by it. Because people don't withdraw loudly, they withdraw quietly. They stop offering help. They stop trusting intentions. They stop caring. And by the time the man feels disrespected, the damage has already been done. Quiet discipline teaches awareness before regret. It asks one simple question after every interaction. Did my behavior make the situation better or just make me feel bigger? Reputation is not lost through weakness. It is lost through carelessness. True status is not exercised through control. It is practiced through restraint. A man reveals his level not by how much power he uses, but by how much he doesn't need to. Anyone can raise their voice. Anyone can pressure, threaten, or intimidate. Those are cheap tools. Restraint, on the other hand, requires inner strength. It takes discipline to pause before speaking, to choose clarity over sharpness, to correct without humiliating. Quiet men understand this. The ability to remain calm when you could dominate is the clearest sign of real status. Because dominance seeks to feel bigger. Status seeks to remain stable. A man with inner order does not rush to assert himself. He does not need to remind others where they stand. His behavior already sets the tone. Restraint shows up in ordinary moments, in how he gives feedback without cutting dignity, in how he handles mistakes without anger, in how he listens, even when he disagrees. These moments do not look impressive from the outside, but they are deeply felt by those on the receiving end. People relax around restrained men. They speak honestly. They make fewer defensive moves. This is not weakness. It is control that has nothing to prove. And over time, this kind of presence builds something rare. Quiet authority. Not authority demanded. Authority granted. Children learn status long before they understand the word. They learn it by watching how you speak to people who serve you, how you react when someone makes a mistake, how you treat those who depend on you. At home, you are always teaching, even when you say nothing. A father who is polite only when it benefits him teaches his children that respect is transactional. A father who shows patience with those who are slower teaches them that dignity is not about position. Children don't remember lectures. They remember patterns. They remember the tone you used with the delivery driver, the look you gave the waiter, the way you spoke about coworkers after work. And from these moments, they build their own model of power. If power is loud, they learn to fear it. If power is cruel, they learn to imitate it. If power is calm, they learn to trust it. The home is where status is first normalized, not through rules, but through repetition. Quiet discipline understands this responsibility. A man who carries himself with respect in ordinary interactions creates safety without trying. His children feel grounded. His wife feels supported. His presence lowers tension instead of raising it. This is not about being nice. It is about being reliable in your values. Because one day, your children will have authority of their own, and they will copy what felt normal. Your reputation is not decided by what you achieve. It is decided by how people feel after interacting with you. Long after titles change, long after money moves on, long after authority fades. What remains is memory. People remember whether they felt respected, whether they felt safe to speak, whether they felt smaller or steadier around you. This is the kind of reputation that cannot be edited. It is built slowly, through hundreds of quiet moments. In how you treat people who cannot help you, in how you speak when there is no advantage, in how you carry yourself when no one is impressed. Quiet discipline does not ask you to perform status. It asks you to protect dignity, yours and others. A man who masters this does not chase respect. He becomes someone respect can rest on. And in the end, that is true status.